last couple of years, there have been a number of high-profile, serious cyberbullying incidents that have exploded across our great nation. Now, many states have begun to address this. Many states, including Texas, have begun to address the cyberbullying epidemic by passing and enforcing new and existing laws. In fact, Dallas Police and Dallas County District Attorney's Office have begun stepping up enforcement of a 2009 internet harassment law that makes it a felony to impersonate, to imitate, or to otherwise harass others in emails, instant messaging, or any other commercial social networking site. Despite changes in legislation, we must be all more vigilant as a community to protect ourselves, our friends, and our peers from cyberbullying. Unfortunately, you can't legislate carelessness or needs. We're all adults in this room. I know everyone shares information and jokes online, but I encourage you to talk to your community. I encourage you to talk to your family and friends about cyberbullying. And have them, just ask them the question of, would you do anything in real life that you're currently doing online? Because obviously we want the two to match. At this point, any questions for who wants to the final on cyber predators? All right, great. We'll just have this final issue here that I'd like to talk to you about. That's about cyber predators. 1 in 5 U.S. teenagers who regularly log onto the internet, they've said they've received an unwanted sexual solicitation. Solicitations were defined as a request to engage in sexual activities or sexual talk, or to give personal sexual information according to the Crimes Against Children Resource Center. Imagine someone was sending your kids inappropriate messages online. How would that make you feel, and what would you do? Cyber predators are real. In Florida, you may have heard of a recent week-long undercover internet predator sting that the Pensacola Police Department set up, which resulted in 25 adults being arrested on felony charges. The police department started preparing for the investigation 5 months ago by leasing the house and preparing audio and video surveillance. Investigators then started placing sexually explicit ads online. They would get 10 to 15 hits on that ad within 2 to 3 minutes of highlighting, which highlights the sheer volume of the potential predators out there. The suspects who were solicited all thought that this ad was coming from young girls or boys ages 12 or 14, and they tried to set up times to meet. They pulled into the driveway and immediately went into the door. They all seemed at ease and comfortable with going to the house to have sex with a child. Cases like this happen all over the nation, including Texas. In August, one 18-year-old predator from Texas maintained online contact with a 13-year-old girl through instant messaging and a social media site. After the young girl revealed too much personal information online, the predator stalked and eventually kidnapped her. Social networking sites make it easy for these predators to find kids, as we all share a lot of information about ourselves on these sites. Help your friends and family understand how to use privacy settings to restrict who can see and post on their profile. Many social networking sites and chat rooms and blogs, they have these privacy settings, and we just have to teach people how to use them. Most instant messaging programs allow parents to control whether people in their kids' contact list see their IM status, or including whether or not they're online. Some IM and email accounts allow parents to determine who can send their kids messages and block anyone not on that list. Also, if you have kids, you have to ask them who they're in touch with online. I know my 8-year-old is extraordinary. She's just extremely interested in worms and biology and digging for worms. And I happened to meet someone on one of my trips who happened to be a wormologist. I forget exactly what that particular field is called, and I don't want to offend anyone who is a wormologist. But her specialty was worms and marine worms. And she said, "Listen, I can send your daughter some books and send her some pictures, send her some things she can read. Do you have an email address? Does she have an email address?" I said, "No, my email does not have an email address." I said, "You can send it to me." And then after thinking about it, my wife and I actually talked about it for about a week. We said, we'll give her a little email address. She won't know the password. She won't know how to get to it, but it'll be hers. will share it together. And she's got two people on her that can email her, right? At this particular point, Dr. Smythe, the wormologist, right? And her aunt Sharon, who can email her, and we'll open it up together and read it together. So coincidentally enough, my wife sent her email from her work address last week to my daughter's email address. And, my daughter and I sit down, looking at it, looking at her list of incoming messages, which she only had 3, right, from the doctor, from her aunt, and from her mom. I actually deleted the one from my wife. And my daughter's like, what are you doing, I said, your mom's not on the official list. We can't have her. We said, your aunt and Dr. Smythe. My wife wasn't very pleased that she wasn't on the trusted list. I said, well, we got to bet you a little bit more. We'll see. But the internet is growing among kids. There's now a growing population of younger kids under the age of 12. They're going online. There are about 7.5 million Facebook subscribers who describe themselves as 12 years, there are 7.5 million Facebook subscribers who are 12 years or younger, with 5 million of those under the age of 10. Now, while Facebook clearly states the age requirement is 13, nothing can stop a child born in 2001 to say he wasn't born in 1970. Many adults think cyber predators only target kids. However, it's just as important for these adults to take precautions as well. Cyber predators don't automatically stop simply because someone turns 18. So we've talked about these 4 areas. Now we're going to quickly talk about resources that we have. I understand that I've given you a lot of information, but I want to briefly go over some of the resources that we have that we made available to Americans to help Americans become more cyber resilient. Our website up there, www.dhs.gov/stoptheconnect, and I can assure you that's a safe website, so you can go to that website. You can click on anything you want. Everything is safe. We have a lot of resources there for you to check out, and there's some neat stuff there for you to share with your community. We want cyber security education to be as easy as possible for you. In addition to the 3 PSAs that I showed you today, you will also be able to have access to a toolkit that will help you pass along the information and give presentations online. Give presentations about online safety. Now, we can also, we've encouraged people to absolutely go out in their community. And one idea we talked about with the students is at SMU, we were just there a couple hours ago, is maybe adopting a Boys and Girls Center or a nursing home, because obviously senior citizens are using the internet in larger numbers as well. Not necessarily because they want to see the latest video on YouTube, but because a growing number of the things that they have to have now they have to go to the internet to access that information. And so we've encouraged the kids, adopt one of these places and go in and take the Stop Think Connect toolkit and teach them how to be safer online. Let me close out here, because as all of you know, cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. We each have to do our part to keep the internet safe. And we will all take simple steps to be safer online. It makes being online a more secure experience for everyone. We're going to ask everyone to think about that, because ultimately, each of our efforts helps to enhance the nation's cybersecurity. We're going to ask you to help spread the word, and the campaign is participating in what's called cyber citizen forums, and very similar to the one we're doing here today. And we're asking you to hold your own neighborhood cyber citizen forums. We've also created a Friends program to help make an impact on the local level. We're going to ask each of you to become a friend of the campaign and help us mobilize efforts at the local level. Certainly, we can't do it in Washington for many reasons. It's going to happen at the local level. Many of the Homeland Security experts understand that, in order to deal with these issues, it's going to be at the local level. I walk anywhere in Fort Worth, and if I'm walking with Officer Brooks, guess who the people of Fort Worth are going to listen to first? It's certainly not some guy from Washington looking like a Dallas Cowboy recruit with his gray suit and blue tie, right? I was told that earlier. I had no idea. It didn't even dawn on me. I actually Dallas Cowboy colors. I'm hoping it'll be more impactful to you. But certainly they're going to listen to Officer Brooks.